Welcome to the Job Fair, where we give job seekers and employers the space to tell their own stories and bring our listeners along for the ride. We're your hosts, Doug and Shauna. Let's dive into it. We're back. Season 2 of the Job Fair podcast. We back in the house, baby.
I know. Woohoo. Hey, everyone. Hey, Doug. Happy season 2.
Long time no see, amigo.
Has it? If you've been following on social media, I would say, has it been that long time?
Yeah, we had an eventful summer, which included an awesome link up in the Big Apple. You came to see your boy. And you brought your family too. Even better.
Yeah, I know that was so much fun and so unexpected, but I'm so glad given that we're on different sides of the country. It's great to at least catch up, see each other in person. And as always, we let followers follow along on our social campaign.
Absolutely. Brunch at Bubby's and Tribeca.
Shout out.
Chef's Kiss, A1, 10 out of 10. Shauna and I had an amazing brunch meeting. You can head over to some of our socials. Part of the activities this summer was being very active on our social media channels, IG, Twitter, TikTok. We've connected with a lot of job seekers and other supporters and listeners of the show. That took up a lot of our time. We became content creators as well.
Now we're back, season 2, episode 1. Can't believe we're here. I think if you had asked us months ago, we'd be like, oh my gosh, already on season 2. No way.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a wild ride and here we go again. All right. What we'll do with this episode 1 for the new season is we're going to take some time to reintroduce ourselves, who Shauna and I are, talk a bit about our mission for the Job Fair podcast. All right. How's that sound? All right. So I am Doug, the East Coast side of the Job Fair podcast. So I'm originally from the DC area, born and raised. I'm an East Coast guy my entire life, went to college in Philadelphia, moved to the Big Apple straight out of school, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with a dream to be a sound engineer, music producer. Got twisted around and went through some growing pains, had to pivot into finance. From finance, spent many years in pretty cool companies and industries. Eventually got into project and program management, which catapulted me into big tech, which is where I met this lovely lady, co-host of mine. We worked together in Big 10, had a little stint there. Things got a little turbulent. This is not too long ago, as many of us know. And I have since transitioned out and I'm now in sustainability. I'm a green guy, climate change.
Wow. Your journey is so wide. And I love when you tell your story because it is so different and it does have so many different pieces and complexities and a lot of movement, which is very different for me. I'm your West Coast partner, always born and bred in California, still here. I moved from LA up to the Bay Area, but I did start in the entertainment industry. So I guess we have a little bit of common there with you and music.
Yeah, you're the Hollywood version of me. I'm the music industry and you're the Hollywood.
Living out our dreams of eventually one day somehow being content creators in just a different fashion, right?
Come on, destiny.
So I started out in entertainment, working in a couple different areas at a production company, human resources, some operations, legal, but then I eventually moved over to big tech. I've spent the last 10 plus years on the product side. Really love creating and innovating new products, thinking about new ways to help users. And now, while I'm still in tech on the AI side, I've moved over to a startup. My whole career, I've always worked in large companies. Right now, I'm on this new adventure and journey after being laid off from big tech into the startup side. And it has been such a different experience. So definitely has a lot of value.
That is super cool. Sounds like you're a FANG veteran. Yeah, you got a lot more skin in the tech game than I do. But yeah, there are some really cool non-tech bros in tech, believe it or not.
It's true. It's true.
Bros and sisters.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out. Absolutely.
Cool. I think now, Shauna, it's really important that we share with listeners, what is the job fair? And that's FARE for those.
FARE. Yeah. What a big question too. What a big question. And I feel like this is what we really aligned on when we had this idea of this podcast. And I think everything stemmed from that the resume is dead, right? And it's not working, I think, as it used to before, obviously in different industries. For big tech, I definitely think that there's a lot of value in pivoting that over to a portfolio type resume, if you want to call it that. Really putting a larger emphasis on storytelling. So key in not only just that hiring and resume recruiting phase, but also just in general. That is like one thing to really highlight and nail down as you go through the corporate world. And then content. Content is king. Hence why we're here. Up level those resumes, add something to that portfolio style resume is really what comes to mind when we think about job fair.
Indeed, period. This is the reality that we're facing right now. I co-sign all of these pillar statements that Shawna has made on behalf of the job fair. We co-wrote them. We've actually gotten matching tattoos at this point. We believe in this stuff. But
too far. No one's believing this.
but no, I'll talk now about the inspiration. The job market has been absolutely horrendous these past few years. We had the COVID bubble we were all in where everything went remote. The power was largely in the hands of the employees. Now it's shifting back to the employers. We got these mass layoffs in the past couple of years that have hit in big tech and other sectors. It's a nightmare out here. We got a lot of talented folks flooding every single job posting. And then just in the age of AI and resume scanning and you sending a resume now to apply for a job, you're sending it into a big black box in many instances. And human connection is the way to truly break through and connect with recruiting teams and HR teams. And we believe that content is probably the best and most efficient platform to do that. And we've also, out of these observations, coined another kind of catchphrase here, our mantra. It's become, talk yourself into a job. Come on.
Storytelling and talk yourself into the job.
Yes.
Of the same. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And I agree so much with what you said. Definitely resonates with me. And when I think about what do listeners get and what's the value, I think about getting educated, discovering talent via storytelling. That's what sharing and listening to peers or learning, hopefully from the podcast, will give listeners that insight to help up level, even if you're maybe not looking for a job right now.
Absolutely. And whether or not you're in the market or you may be in a stable situation, it can never hurt to exercise and grow those career storytelling muscles. It's key. It's not going anywhere. And what we're here to do at the job fair, Shawna and I, we see ourselves as almost content curation partners of sorts, if you will. We are bringing you into our virtual set, our content gym. We're going to work you out, curate a nice tight episode that you can use in many avenues in your professional presence, to be honest. You can cut it up into clips, post it on your LinkedIn. You can link out the episode and put it on that PDF of your resume. We are here to just curate that kind of accurate representation of your aura, your personality, your articulation of your hard and soft skills, and to share that all out with the world. We're really looking forward to doing everything bigger and better, 10X. We got job seeker guests lined up. We're going to have some subject matter experts. And of course, you're going to hear from Shawna and I. We living and breathing this stuff. We're breaking down some of the biggest topics, some of the most controversial topics, and everything in between. All right. I want to give you all listeners first a shout out for tuning in, continuing to support and lock in with us. We really appreciate that. Definitely take some time and check out our website. That's www.thejobfair.com. That has the links to all of our socials, our backstory, and an inbox where you can message us to apply to be a guest on the show. Episode 2 will be released next week. Make sure you subscribe, Spotify, Apple iTunes, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Peace.